What's good? Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Hood, man. Just hollering at y'all real quick. And some interesting stuff came out online. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it was really crazy. Like and subscribe to. The boy Luke, of all people, has come out against black people, FBA, and just went on a crazy tirade against black people, which is like really crazy because it's a learning lesson for black folks, and it's unfortunate, but what the reality is that the people don't have a respect for us because of the way the media and television has trained the people's brains. So, for instance, it's almost like you get a job and then the people start treating you funny at the job, and then you quit. But then you, not maybe the online stuff wasn't there. You just start talking to people and telling them, "I hate McDonald's. Don't ever work at McDonald's. This how they treated me. This what it was like." And so, but you made your money from them. You had your car. You paid your rent. But you just hated that job. And it's almost like that's what Luke has done. He's made so much money from rap. He's been a success story. You know, when you see the people like him, they look black because they look like you. They look like your cousin, like people you know. And then when you actually get around them or see them in the future, now all of a sudden this disdain may come up for black people, or this disdain may come up from their past life. And it's like, well, damn, what happened? Why are you mad at us? Like, did you not really want to be around us? Did you not really actually want to be involved in this? Or is it something just like this black stuff just run you crazy? You hate being black. It's really what you call self-hatred, but it's their life. So, and then somebody as old as him, how could you control what a person that's older than you think? You know, a lot of times somebody his age will be considered an OG. So the idea is that he's been through his issues, he's had his tough days, he can train somebody or teach somebody about how to go on and be him and be successful or whatever the plight is. But then he comes out and just disses black people, and that has a large amount of danger when you think about it, because people could hurt you. People could see you in the future and be mad and be like, "Hey, why do people think that disdaining a whole culture of people is okay?" I guess. I mean, and then online, like the whole world could see it. Like, what if you change your mind down the way, and then what if you know, I don't know, find God, whatever it is, and then you not feeling like that so much no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really intriguing to see the guys do stuff like that, and then to be so rich and have made so much from black people. Like, we probably, if you would have came out instead of saying Doodoo Brown, you would have said, "I hate black dudes," or "I hate black women," we would have just stopped messing with you in the 90s. It wouldn't even been some way where you would have been so successful and had skits of you done on SNL, and just been this person with Chris Rock trying to, you know, impersonate you so he could become successful in his career. Luke was very big. Luke also started the parental discretion advisory mark that you see on the actual uh, every record. You know, he actually made that and created that, but he didn't get the copyright for it because he was doing it for court. You know how they making you come to court and all that stuff, and then you get through it all that, and so now your new album, you create this thing in your brain. You say, "Okay, well, just put parental discretion on here," and then boom, now the whole world embodied that and took it over. But he didn't actually copyright it. He was doing it just to make sure he didn't get caught up in no more cases, and it became a national uh, way of putting out music in America. Every company and every independent artist put that on their songs, on their albums, to say, "Hey, I curse on here, or this content might not be okay for children." But when you see a person like him who's made as much money as he has in the hip hop realm, it's like, what the hell make you so mad at black people? Like, just get over it. Like, you know, and then I think that his issue is like the FBA thing, which stands for Foundational Black Americans, which was created by, it wasn't created by Tariq Nasheed, but it was thought of by Creed Nasheed. It already existed. So, for instance, the way they describe black people in America as black people, and everybody understand that the word black people is basically referring to Americans that's black that been in America when they got here, especially if they foreigners. Most times, more people are foreigners. They came here at some point, but black people call them the idea of what the foundational Black American idea is that it is the people who were here when the country started, like 300-400 years ago. They had black people in this country, and our lineage passed that far back. The foundational Black Americans, and that's all it is. So instead of saying foundational Black American 100 times, they say FBA, and you'll hear people saying FBA. It stands for Foundation of Black American, which is just another word for black or another word for African American. And some people don't like African American because it describes two continents. And most times most people are want to be described by a country versus a continent. You understand what I'm saying? So if a person say I'm from Nigeria, they don't say I'm from Africa, Nigeria. They just say I'm from Nigeria. They're not really going to describe the continent. If a person's from Europe, they're not going to say I'm a European. I don't know, Irish. They're not going to say that. They're going to say I'm Irish. You know, it's in Europe, but they're not going to describe the continent. So my point I'm making is that it's just another way of saying black. So black is just people tired of hearing that, and it started black. The word black was started from James Brown. He started that in the '60s, where he just said we should be considered black, and then the word African American was started by Jesse Jackson in 1984. He was running for the president, and he thought, well, '83, and he thought that black people should be considered called African. He said that we like to be called African Americans, and it just stuck. So now it's another time for a transition to happen, and Tariq Nasheed believes that we should be called Foundation of Black Americans from what I described earlier, that we have a lineage that passed back before 100 years. So, and most other people come to this country have come since the '60s, where black people did the Civil Rights Bill, and then it just was an influx of all of the foreigners from other countries. It was other people in this country, but majority of the people in this country was white and blacks, and that's just the history. So with the FBA, it's just another way of saying black. So for somebody to take that and think it's negative, or take that and think they don't like it, but if you disrespectful to Jewish people, to black people, to any culture, it's going to be people from said culture that's going to yell at you on the internet. That's what the internet is about. The whole world is out there. The whole world can hear you talk. The whole world can listen to you. So if you saying stuff, the people can respond. They can hear your voice, and they can find you. There you are right there. Here go your Instagram. Here go your Twitter. So it's really not hard to understand where somebody could get on the internet and talk down on you or disrespect you about what you believe or who you are or what you stand for. It's just the way the world works today. This is the times that this is the way it is. It wasn't like this when I was growing up. It's just right now. It might not be like this in 10 years or 5 years, but it's like that now. The internet allows people to reach out to you and say what they want to say. You don't have to read it. You can delete the app, but choices is up to you. But if you go in there and then you take what they said to you and then you turn around and diss a whole race of people, or these 2,000 people right here say something and now you mad at all black people, or these 40,000 people say something to you online and now you mad at a whole black race, that's where it's a problem, because it's just people opinions. And at the end of the day, if you castigating a race, they do have their opinion and they're going to give it to you, regardless if you like it or not, because we all stuck on this earth together and none of us can escape each other. So the best way to roll is not be on shit like that. But you can. It's your fucking choice. You live in this earth your way. That's one of the things they got in this American laws is the pursuit of happiness. You know what I'm saying? Life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So you're supposed to be the way you want to be. And if negative or, verbally assassinating is how you want to rock, then it's your choice. But there's also consequences with choices, which mean other people get to also be just as dogmatic, just as ill, just as negative, or positive in their mind. Like, oh, this is the perfect time for me to defend my race. Let me go and say something about this guy because he blah, 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 blah. So it's just all that kind of stuff going on. And I don't agree with what Luke has done. I don't agree with what he said. We've given him so much respect and so much time in my young years listening to his music, vying for him, wanting him to succeed. And now to see that he really don't like black people, or maybe he's just this grumpy old man that, when stuff get tough for him, he just going to lash out. Who knows? But the reality of it is you shouldn't be so foul to a people or a race that you already say you rock with. He's supposed to be Bohemian or something like that. But I'm not sure because, you see a person, you think they black. But this whole FBA thing is really like black people kind of separating themselves from the other races. Like you would see somebody from Trinidad, Nigeria, Jamaica, and they'll be black just like you. But if something positive happens in their life, they'll say, oh, I'm the first Jamaican in my family to be having a master's degree. Oh, I'm the first Nigerian in my family to be a doctor. Oh, I'm the first whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be claiming their country or their island. They're not going to claim African American blackness or where we from. And you don't really hear a person from America saying, oh, I'm the first person from New York to be having a master's degree. Well, I'm the first person from New Jersey to have a PhD. You don't see that. We basically be like, I'm the first black person, you know, in my family. I'm the first. So those people don't really necessarily call themselves black until something negative happens. For instance, a police shooting or some real negative happen at their school or whatever go down, and then there's all of a sudden, oh, a black person, da da da, and then they say the name, and it's like, wait, that's not a black person name. But we don't really judge people. We support you. You're in America with us. We supposedly think that you rock with us, but they don't. And they look down on black people and they be like, oh, y'all don't work hard enough. Oh, y'all lazy. We came to this country and look what we did. And so a lot of times black people call those people tethers, T-E-H-T-E-T-H-E-R-S, which means you're basically just still connected to your home country. You don't really care about black people. You don't really care about us in this American world. You just really care about your home country. And that's okay. It's your choice. But the reality is, we're going to call you on these things. And we're going to make a notification about it now. And that's what FBA is. It's called delineating. I'm going to separate myself from being connected to the people who don't necessarily want to be connected to me. And delineation is what's happening in today's time in the African American world. So you'll hear that. And that's what they're doing. They're delineating from being black. Like if you're saying you're the first Nigerian in your family, then you're not saying you're black in America. You're saying you're Nigerian, then why are you in America? But most of those times, a lot of people flee from their country for whatever reasons, and most times it's a war or whatever happening in their country, and they come to America, and then they have this disdain towards black people without knowing the history of why you was even having a floodgate open to come to America. So this why somebody like Luke and him is really foul. He's been here a long time now. Your parents he's probably second generation, if not first generation, born in this country. And this is how you feel about black people who was here and embraced you the entire time. You went to high school with them, your friends. But it is what it is, man. Y'all got to let me know in the comment section what y'all think. We're going to leave it there. And let me know what y'all think about what Luke been talking about, man. I appreciate y'all listening, like, and subscribe. And I'll holla